Hello and welcome to another episode of How Much Money My Flower Farm Made this past week. Let's just jump into it. On Monday, we had our flower CSA subscription delivery, and that was $500. We have all of the CSA money up front, but I'm counting it week by week as we make the deliveries. On Wednesdays, we harvest for our Thursday wholesale deliveries. We did only a fairly small amount of wholesale this week. We did $192 in wholesale. We also took a deposit for a small wedding we agreed to do in October. I know I said I never do weddings. I really never do, but this request came through my inbox and it sounded like it actually would be a good fit. So I agreed and we got our deposit for that, which was $187. It's a very small wedding order, which is one of the reasons I agreed to do it. Our largest weekly sales outlet is the farmers market. This week, the market fell on the 4th of July, which means that sales were really low. We only did $955, which brings our total for the week to $1,834. As always, I'm going to give you the whole picture here. So labor for the week was 56 hours. I did 37. My partner did 19. He was out of town for most of the week. We actually had to hire in a little bit of labor to cover, and that'll come in when I share the expenses. So 56 hours of labor for the week, which brings our total for the year combined to 783 hours of labor. Our running revenue for the year is at $16,539. Our running expenses are up to $7,880. We bought a few expensive things this week. We bought in the labor, and then we got a new iPad for our market checkout, as well as some other things. So it got a little bit higher this week. Now, this is the big major change from past videos that I completely forgot to share until now. Our farm is actually donating 5% of our total gross revenue for the year, and I completely forgot to calculate that in when I've been sharing our running profit until now. So we are donating a flat 5%, which right now brings us to $826 of donations. Some of that has already been donated. Some of it I have allocated and bookmarked to do later. And then this past market, we decided to bump the typical 5% to 10% in honor of 4th of July, which is an extra $47. So total right now, our donations are at $875. So taking our total revenue, subtracting expenses, subtracting donations, our running profit, and that's not the right way to use profit, but that's the word I'm using for it, is $7,786. That's the money we have left over to either reinvest in the business or pay ourselves. And if we were to pay ourselves with that amount right now, we would be able to pay ourselves each $9.94 an hour. It has gone up a little bit from last week. It would have gone up more, except I had forgotten to be sharing the donations this whole time. So a little bit of adjusting there. As I've said in past videos, that number should only continue to go up as long as we keep chugging along at the pace we've been going. And my goal is a minimum of $25 an hour. We're all going to see if we get there. Cross your fingers for us, and I'll see you next week.